Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing another foundation full day wear test. This is the Too Faced Born This Way Healthy Glow and give you guys an update in a video on what I thought. But I do have a little time this morning to record before we head out for the day, and I thought why not just start recording it. I usually don't buy a lot of Too Faced products. I did try their lip plump. I don't know, maybe the bottle reminded me of the MAC Face and Body, which is one of my favorite foundations. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to pick it up. I saw it in store. This is the only color that they had, and it's a little light for me. This is the color Porcelain, and I feel like I would be a couple darker than this, but I can make this work. On camera, I may look like it matches pretty well, but when I went outside, I wore this once, by the way. When I went outside, it just looked like my face was a little ghostly, but a little bronzer will help. So that's what we're doing today. I hope you guys will enjoy it. There's been so many new foundations, so I think hopefully this will be my last one, and then I can do a ranking video of all the foundations that I've tried, I don't know, this year, I guess, because there's been lots of them, and I want to give an update on all of them. In my last video that I talked about this brand a little bit, I was like, I don't know how to say this. DRMTL and everybody of dermatology. I did it. I've been liking this. So let me move this here. Where's my pins? Right here. We're gonna move that out of the way and this out of the way. There's too much hair on this side. Okay, so this is, did I say what this is? The Too Faced Born This Way Healthy Glow. I loved the concealer from this. The foundation, I tried it and I thought I liked it. But the concealer, I'm still obsessed. I have so many shades in my makeup kit. Am I wrong? What do you guys think? I feel like Too Faced would be more into the $38 range or $35 range for a skin tint. Wow, this has bad reviews. There's only 3, but it's still bad. It is an SPF of 30. It's a moisturizing skin tint, light coverage, hydrating, oil-free, vegan, long-wearing. And like I said, it has SPF. Again, Sephora really needs to do better when it comes to their description, because it says it's light coverage and then it says the coverage is medium and a natural finish. I don't think they're doing a great job there. It has coconut water, so if you're sensitive to coconut, this is not for you. Alpine rose, hyaluronic acid. Seems like good. So let me show you the packaging. This is the packaging. It reminds me a lot of the MAC Face and Body, the Dior one, and it looks too fair. So that's why I even bought it, because in store I was like, oh wow, it's like a perfect match with my hand, but I guess my body is much darker than this side of my hand, but it will work. So I'm gonna take a little bit and put here. I just fixed it. Okay, so let's spread this out. Wow, it has much more coverage. Like I said, I did try this on yesterday, but I didn't do a full makeup. I just kind of wore it maybe half a day because I had no makeup on after I purchased it, and I was like, let me just plop it on and see what I think. Everything is peeling and it's looking absolutely awful. I think that's my skin. Maybe I put a skincare under that looks... No, I'm gonna take this off, clean my face and put a moisturizer under, and then we'll see how it goes. Okay, let me take this off and I'll be right back. Okay, so I took everything off and I'm just putting a little bit of this Rephr cream. This is a light hydrating cream. I love it for under foundations. It's not too thick. It's just a nice cream. So we're hoping maybe my skincare was making it peel. Now, when I tried this yesterday, I wasn't impressed in it. But I had awful, but it wasn't this hot awful like when I just applied this, but it wasn't great either. Made it look so bad. I have a hair, that's not gonna help. Okay, that's better. Maybe I did have something on my hands or some leftover skincare that was a little too heavy, which can happen with foundations. Although I did my skincare I would say at least 30 minutes ago. Gosh, where's all this hair coming from? There's nothing worse than putting your foundation on and having little like pieces of hair or fuzz on your skin. It's absolutely the worst. Yeah, it's like clinging to my dry patches. This is supposed to be moisturizing, and I actually feel like it's quite drying. So this is looking better, but it is clinging to the dry patches on my nose, and I feel like it feels quite drying even though it's supposed to be a moisturizing one. Okay, let's zoom you in. So this side is with the foundation, obviously, and without. I think the cover, I don't think it's light. Maybe you can sheer it out and have a lighter coverage, but right now that's a really nice. So we're okay, so with the fingers you can definitely get a lighter coverage. I don't like it with my fingers though. Yeah, I don't love it. I don't know why. It's not even that it gets into every pore. It just kind of shows my texture. I'm going to take the brush again and try to build up the coverage. I think with a brush, it just looks a little smoother. Yeah, I'm not liking this. I'm taking this big fluffy brush to see if I can almost push the product in. This looks so bad. Okay. Let's zoom you in. I'm not sure how much you're going to be able to tell, but let's zoom you in. Around the nose area, I think it just looks really patchy, really separated. Around the pore area, it just looks like it's sitting on top of the pores, and it almost emphasizes the pores. Under my eyes, it looks textury. I just really don't like this foundation or tinted moisturizer, and it feels drying. Although it's supposed to have moisture, to me it just feels like I want to take this off. It's almost dry feeling, but you know what, I'm gonna give it a chance. The say kind of, I didn't love it in the beginning, and I'm gonna do the same with this one. All right guys, I'm gonna go bronze up, put the rest of my makeup on, and show you. I used my favorite Kulfi concealer because I knew that this would just make everything look better. So I used this under the eyes and just kind of in the T-zone like I always do, and I showed. I also put this blush, which to me this is such a beautiful blush. This is the Charlotte Tilbury matte blush in Pink Pop, but from the ones I have, this is my favorite, and I feel like that really almost blurred the cheeks as well. Skip the highlighter just because I want to see how. I do feel like right now it's looking fine. It's just, I mean, by no means my favorite. I actually quite disliked working with this foundation. I'm going to zoom you in so you can see up close. So this foundation says it has a natural finish, and I kind of agree with that. I don't see any glow. It doesn't feel super drying, but it definitely doesn't feel moisturizing like they say it should be. Like I mentioned, I feel like around the nose area it was so dry, so separated almost. It's like it didn't want to get into my skin. It sat on top of it. And the second concealer, you have to, I think it's the best one I have. And so I feel like right now it looks decent. Like it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look like it's emphasizing certain textures because, you know, we try to fix it with a couple of products on top. And I just could my nose. I mean, I put even blush on top of it in cream bronzer just to try to blend in that dryness, and it still looks quite dry. I'm going to do zoom ins in natural light, and I think that's going to help you much more than the close-ups here. But yeah, so far I really don't like this, but we made it work. I think it looks decent. I don't think people are gonna be like, wow, your skin is awful. I think it's just gonna be fine. So I'm gonna leave it here for now. I'm gonna go about my day. I'm gonna grab my camera and do check-ins all throughout the day, and we'll see what we think at the end of the day. We are headed out, and I wanted to do a check-in real quick. I'm not liking this. I think it looks quite makeup-y. Nice, but again, I had to work and add things to it to make it look good. So yeah, So far, this is not my favorite, and it's been 30 minutes since I'd applied it, but I wanted to do an outdoor check-in at the end of the day. But you know, from far away I think it looks fine, but from up close, like, you just see, I don't know, texture on my skin. I just don't think it's flattering. It almost sits on top of my skin. So right, that's it right now, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. It is midday here, and this foundation's just not doing well. I mean, the light will be okay for you to see up close. So the forehead is completely separated. Everything here, let me see, there you go, is just separated. I haven't had such a bad foundation in quite some. Every single line, my pores, my under eye looks bad, and this concealer is so good. It's like one that I always go to cover anything. It's just my favorite concealer. Around the chin, it does not look good. The under eye, like this whole, look, when I smile, I have so many extra lines that I usually separated and dry. The nose, let's not even start. Like, the nose is completely just dry and separated. Some of the foundation's gone. Foundation looks so bad on me. And yes, I've had dryness and flakiness, but I feel like I'm out of the worst phase of that, and I've worn so many other foundations that did not look even half as bad as this one. So this is a huge no. I'm actually probably gonna finish the wear test early today because I just want to take it off. I feel like my whole face looks just dry, and it actually itches a little bit. Like, I don't know if it's my skin or the foundation, but I just feel like things itch. So this is a huge fail for me, and I feel like I haven't had one in a while because foundations have been so good lately, but this, as you can hopefully see, is a huge fail. Wow, what a day for a foundation. This has been awful. This foundation looks awful on me. I'm trying to find a positive for this foundation, but I really cannot find any. So you guys have how separated this foundation looks on me, and dry, and it attached to every single dry place on my nose, around my chin. It made me look like 20 years older. It really looked so bad. The forehead is completely separated. So let's zoom in. Let's start on the forehead. I feel like the whole foundation is separated in tiny, tiny little dots all around. Around the forehead line right there is very dry and separated, and here it's mainly separated rather than dry. Moving on to the under eye cheek area, I haven't had my under eye look this bad in such a long time, and I'm telling you, I've used some products that I use all the time. My Kulfi concealer is one of my favorite concealers. Makeup Forever HD powder, and I barely used any of it, just separated. And I did put the foundation not all the way under my eyes, but close to my eyes. So there's that. The mouth area, it looks very separated and bad. The cheek area, like this area, I want to say is the only one that doesn't look awful. But I never have issues with that. I never have an issue with that. Every foundation looks decent there, but mainly the T-zone under eye, where we move most of our faces, is just really bad. So obviously this is just gonna start looking worse and worse throughout the day. So there's no point of me wasting another half a day of trying to test out this foundation because it's just not good. So, you know, I'm bummed because I was hoping this would work, but at the same time, the Too Faced $42 seems like quite expensive for Too Faced, and I want to say I'm going to return this. It's that bad. I don't love returning products unless, you know, the shade was really off from what they explained, or there's something wrong with the product. There's products you know, some foundations work for some people, some foundations don't. This definitely did not work for me. Also, the finish was not my favorite. It says a healthy glow, and all I could see was kind of dryness. It just didn't look good. It didn't look healthy. It didn't look very glowy. It just looked like dry. So there's that. Also, after using my Guerlain foundation for the past 3-4 days, like, this is so beautiful, so gorgeous. It is a gem. And that's everything for today. Hopefully this was short and concise. Do not waste your money. Go with MAC Face and Body if you're really interested in a tint. I think that one is so much better. I mean, that one's actually. If you enjoyed this video, leave me your thoughts down below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.